Hi, got your plan open in X8, and I'm going to guess at what the roofs are. I looked at some of your old images, so this wall here should probably be marked on the roof tab, full gable, and you got it that way. Now, what's probably not quite as obvious is I'm going to put a wall break right there to separate this wall from this wall. I'm going to take this wall and shift select this wall, and they should both be marked full gable, I think. Okay. So that should give us a gable here and a gable here. And I'm going to turn the grid off. I never use the grid. There we go. Now the next thing is, before you build roofs, what's the ceiling height in here? You've got it set to 96. Looks like. Yeah. So that should be set over here in Edit Default Settings. Floor. 96. Okay, very well done. That's correct. The next thing is, we'll go to the Build Roof dialog. I should probably check one other thing. I'm just going to check and make sure all of these are set to 96. So I'm going to click on this tool here. It's called Match Properties. And I'll find ceiling height, ceiling elevation. And if they're all the same, okay. See, if all these select and they're all the same ceiling elevation, okay, fine. You want to make sure that your room dialog boxes, your edit default settings are set properly, that your walls are set properly. Then the next thing we'll look at the build roof dialog. So you've got the pitch set to 612. I have to assume that that's correct, because you didn't mention that. And you want the overhang, let's see, you want the overhang set to 18 inches. And I guess Glenn recommended that you raise it 12 inches off the, I'm not quite sure why you're doing that. And, but I won't quibble about that. This isn't going to make a big difference unless you're using trusses. This input here is for if you're going to use trusses and you want a particular kind of truss, then you can raise it off the plate and get that kind of truss. If you're not interested in that, I don't want to pursue time on that, but it appears that everything's correct. So let's build the roofs. And it looks like it came out about like I intended. See, it would make sense if you got a gable on this end, but it would create a gable on this end. That's the reason I did that. And this rake wall is missing, so what? So it's missing. I'm just going to click on that. There's the wall polyline handles, and we'll just close that by just dragging it over. The software is smart, but it's not intelligent. It's purely mechanical and only does what it's told, and sometimes it doesn't do what it's told, like in this instance. It should have automatically filled that in. These walls that up here, you didn't draw those. The program automatically built them. And so you'll find them marked no locate, no room define, no room definition, and attic walls. And that's what they're supposed to. Now in this case, it looks like this because he raised the roofs 12 inches off the plate. And I'm not quite sure why you did that, but that's the reason this looks like that, and that's the reason these gaps are here, because the program is programmed to build to the ceiling height, and you raise this off the plate 12 inches, so that's the reason it looks like that. If you want to fill that in, let me control tab back to plan. We'll go up to the attic, and we got some attic walls. Let's look at them. Use the dollhouse camera. Okay, I need to turn off show lower floor. Turn that off. Okay, see, those walls aren't filling in. They're there. They're here. They're not filling in. Not quite sure why. But one thing you can do is just like on this, we'll click on that, hit the tab key, and there's the wall polyline, and you can just close that back out like that and fill in those gaps. There's one over here. Again, I clicked on it, hit the tab key, and then just shove the wall polyline up where it's supposed to go. But the reason there's gaps there is because you set the roofs 12 inches off the plate, and the software dutifully followed your instructions. But you're going to, if you want to fill in the gaps, you just have to fill them in yourself, or raise the ceiling height in the house. What the heck is that? That was just an automatically generated wall that I don't think we need. That's another one. I'm going to delete that one. Oh, Candace came back. Let's just make it invisible. Those are automatically generated and they keep coming back, so usually the most workable way to make them disappear is to just make them invisible. Do the same thing with this guy. Deleting them doesn't work. Oh, that is invisible. Not very invisible, is it? Let's see if we can get it to go away by just adjusting the wall polyline. Yeah, okay, that worked. Like I said, this software is not perfect, but it's quite able, but it's perfection is something you get from it when you work at it. Same thing back here, tab key, and adjust the wall polyline to fill in. Oh, I've got another anomaly there. I'll pursue this later in plan view, but for now I'm just going to make it invisible. We'll try that same fix on this. Just going to drag it up into the roof. Okay. Now this rake wall is completely missing. Yeah, it should be over here and it's missing. I don't know what's wrong with that thing. I'm just going to turn the reference display on and move this wall around and see if it won't regenerate and line it up. Okay, that fixed that. Okay, those gaps are filling in now. I think that's about it. Now, once you got this correct, you can go to the living room you want to vault. We'll go down to first floor, turn the reference on. And let's take a look at this. Okay, you've got this divided from this, and that's fine. So now we just go over here to the structure tab. You've already turned off the ceiling, so that ought to be it. But we'll check it. I'm going to check it with an elevation camera through here. Yeah, that looks kind of like your picture. That wall polyline's kind of goofy looking, but as long as it doesn't show in the elevations, I don't care about that. Just do a quick one, just from there to there. Now that I think that's, unless this wall's in the wrong place, I think that's what it's supposed to look like. Oh, okay, there's that weird polyline there. First thing to try on that is go to the structure tab and see, well, these haven't been altered because they're grayed out. So I can't use that fix. Let's see. I'm going to grab this point here and see if I can just drag it over there. This is operation, you know, one or more. It just tells me mechanically that I was messing with an automatically generated wall, and I don't care. I want that thing to look right, so I straighten it out. Well, we got a hole here. Let's see what that's about. Probably the same sort of thing. Now, why this occurs, I don't know. I'm not a programmer. Let's click on that bad boy. Yeah, it's the same sort of thing. Click on it again. I'm just going to try to drag this over to here like I did on the other one. Simplify the wall polyline. Doesn't have any business being on the first floor. Okay, that seemed to have fixed it. Okay, and we got a problem over here. Let's take a look at that. Good Lord, that's ugly. I'm going to do the same thing I did on the others. Click on it for the wall polyline. I don't have to hit the tab key on the attic walls because that's just the way the thing's programmed to work. Now I'm going to try to drag that over there like that. Yes, yep. And that fixed it. Now sometimes it's not this easy and you have to keep trying, and you just have to persist until you get the product that you want. But this one was pretty easy. Let's take one last overview look. See if there's anything that's hanging out. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.